Hey Virgo, we're going to do your November reading. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is a general reading, so this might not resonate for every single person that watches it, so keep that in mind. Energies can be transferable, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We're going to start off with your signifier, Virgo, for your November reading. Virgo signifier, please. We have the Seven of Cups. So you might be reviewing some options, having a bit of fantasy in your emotional life, or, you might, for some of you, have multiple love options, or, have a lot of passionate plans in work. We'll see when we clarify. Let's go ahead and get into your main spread before we clarify. Virgo, November reading, please. Honest, loving guidance for Virgo. Page of Water. Situation, obstacle, action recommended, and outcome. So for your situation, we have the Ten of Air. So things have maybe been a little bit rocky in your recent past, and right now that's like the worst that it had been, and now you're coming out of that. You're releasing yourself from maybe a lot of self-limiting beliefs, maybe releasing yourself from feeling pinned down and maybe isolated, or just like mentally exhausted, maybe like feeling fatigued and stuck in your bed, like just having no energy at all, but you're just coming out of that this month. There was an ending of something that made you feel maybe self-doubts, or just like a lot of head stuff for you, Virgo, in particular. So it's just not something you enjoy. So this is actually a good card. And then for your obstacle is patience. So you might be having to wait on some love, or, oh, wow, jeez. Wait on some love, or you're learning to be patient with your own healing, being patient with spiraling out of these old thoughts and these like old nightmares or haunting feelings, like maybe being patient with that. We'll see when we go to clarify. You might be feeling like a little bit antsy because of all of the options available to you, but it's just like if you're patient, then you'll stay in alignment and get exactly the blessing that you deserve instead of something less than. And then for the action recommended, we have Two of Water, which we also had the Page of Cups fly out when we were shuffling. So there's a lot of heart involved here for you. So I do feel like you have your emotions to save the day. Sharing emotions, sharing balanced relationships, harmonious communications, loving communications, even with like friends or family. But this can also mean, offering your love to who it is that you're considering. We'll see when we clarify. And then for the outcome, we have the Two of Fire. So moving towards something that you're not exactly sure what the outcome will be. There's a lot of things that are uncertain, but you're moving towards it, and it may feel like things are at a standstill towards the end of the month, but there is progress here, and this is where you're like, when when we walk, we have to remain stable. So this is that pause in between each step kind of thing. Let's go ahead and clarify your signifier, Virgo. 7 of Cups for Virgo, please. November reading. Two of Fire again. We have that twice. So right now, I feel like you're really recognizing and evaluating the possibilities available to you, that the possibilities are actually quite endless, even though, you know, there are mountains here and you don't know what's on the other side. The thing about an eagle is, the mythology about eagles are, it's not mythology, it's actually true. The earth is round, and so they can't actually see everything, but they see a lot more than we have, and they have a lot of great perspective and confidence. So even though you can't see everything, you're starting to recognize all of these possibilities and recognize your options and possibly your own capabilities. It feels very vibrant, and that's why you might feel like you have ants in your pants and you want to just like decide already. But if you're patient, we have the 3 of Cups, so you might be waiting on a reconciliation with someone, or with family. You know, it depends on everyone. Everyone's story is going to be different here because this is a general reading for YouTube, so come on. All right, so let's clarify 2 of Fire, 7 of Cups. Possibilities, lots of possibilities and options. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have a lot of karmic lessons that you're going through. You're starting to understand the karmic lessons. You're starting to understand that it's your turn now. You're coming into your karma. You're coming into... I feel like you've been waiting for something for a long time and contemplating, or maybe spending a lot of time alone, but now I feel like you're just looking at all of the possibilities now and recognizing that it is your turn, and maybe you've paid your debts, I guess. Your love debts or work debts, or it's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like you're just recognizing a lot of your own capabilities and your own purpose on this earth too, for a lot of you. You have a lot of life purpose, a lot of things that you're very passionate about, and it's like your turn, you know. Clarify the 10 of Air for Virgo's situation in November. 10 of Air. Woo! You're co-creating with the universe. We have creativity. You're co-creating with the universe. You have a lot of abundance around you now that you're coming out of the thoughts that prohibited you from recognizing all of these resources and abilities that you have. You're recognizing the patterns of, you know, maybe your mind that has in relation maybe to the moon for some of you, and astrology and stuff like that. And you're starting to co-create with the universe and co-create with the way we function in relation to, you know, the world and the planets around us. And I feel like you're really starting to utilize that energy and not feel bogged down or tied down by it. It's a freeing understanding of how things are and how to work with it and kind of finagle fate and destiny. 10 of Air and creativity, please. Very confident energy. The Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're no longer... you no longer lack the confidence to make decisions. I feel like you're coming into an energy where you no longer... Either this Two of Swords here, you can now make your decisions clearly without doubts. You have the confidence. You're co-creating with the universe. You've got this type of energy. Very, very confident. No longer feeling like you have to close off your heart to make decisions like this person, their arms are crossed. It's like you're at flow with life. This is very nice with the Wheel of Fortune and everything. Just don't get too tipped over on the fantasy here. But since this is right side up, I feel like you're on the right side of that. So, and then for your obstacle, let's clarify patience. You might, so when I was shuffling earlier, I kept seeing the success card. I usually don't take flyouts, but since you have such like confident energy in this reading and I kept seeing this card, I'm going to keep it. So for your obstacle, I feel like you're having a bit of a struggle with your the ants in your pants. A bit of a struggle having patience because your heart is tied up in whatever you're putting your time and healing into. All of the things that you're waiting on with this Fortune's Wheel and this Two of Fire, the possibilities that are available to you. You know, you're recognizing all of your options with this Seven of Cups, and it's hard to be patient now that you see that, isn't it? It's kind of hard to be patient now that the success is so close at hand. But if you're very patient, and I don't want to say still, but like still within your mind at least, it becomes a lot easier to get that thing that is exactly your reward instead of some knockoff, you know, some knockoff. Because that's how the universe works. It's like, okay, you want to rush, here's the Walmart brand of it. Which I, do what you do, whatever. I don't want to say anything about anything. Success and patience, please. Six of Fire and patience. Clarify this obstacle for Virgo in November. The King of Swords. Yeah, don't turn cold on anything too quickly. The King of Swords is a very like, okay, I'm going to cut it out if it doesn't serve me. Oh, this isn't working. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm very intellectual and rigid. No, those are all great things in balance. But since this is in your obstacle position, just try not to use so much head, because remember, all of this head space is what you're coming out of, right? You're coming out of the Two of Swords and not recognizing your abilities, the possibilities and all of that. You're coming out of that. So don't go back into the head space. Don't cut out things so quickly. Don't cut out opportunities so quickly, because success is very, very close at hand. Also, don't be so focused on outcomes and results and expectations. Be very patient and open-hearted. Keep our heart open. There's divine timing at play here. So it's a very good feeling, like you're with it and you know how to use it. You have all the tools, you know how to use it. It's just try not to turn it off so quickly, you know. Let's clarify Two of Water for Virgo for your action recommended. Two of Water for Virgo's action recommended in November. Okay. Yeah, you might, so I don't want to say anything too quickly because it is too exciting. It's too juicy. Let me try it. Let me. Virgo. Okay. All right. So with the Two of Water, the intensity card for your actions recommended, move passionately and determined and very focused on one particular thing. Something that makes you feel very harmonious, something that will reciprocate, something, someone, someplace, someone, it doesn't matter. It's going to be different for everyone. Whatever makes you feel very harmonious, loving, reciprocative, passionate, vibrant. What is it like? I don't want to say fantasy, but what, something very, very balanced. Your intuition is telling you. The only reason why this High Priestess card is in reverse is because you haven't been moving on what's been pulling at you, right? Because something's definitely pulling at you. So this is an action recommended. The Moon card in reverse, I feel like that means you learned a lot when you did your shadow work. You have what you need to know. You're moving out of the phase where there's unknowing. The moon is going down and the sun is coming up. And it's time to move towards the dreams and intuition. Move towards what's pulling you, because something very, very deep is pulling you, whether it be spirituality. A lot of you have, very close relationships with relatives in the afterlife. It's going to depend for everybody, but it's something that makes you feel very passionate, something that you want to go after. The possibilities are endless for you, and you're just like, I feel like you're very clear on what it is. It's just you haven't been moving on it. And the action recommended is to tread in balance. To tread in balance in this real world while the sun is up, with all that you learned while the sun was down. And use it realistically with patience and clarity. Not having too many expectations on outcomes or anything like that. So 2 of fire. 2 of fire for your outcome here. 2 of fire for Virgo's outcome in November. Sorry. Ordinariness. 8 of Pentacles type energy. It's like it's 8 of rainbows. So, I feel like you're moving towards something very stable but passionate, slowly, in an ordinary, maybe very, very conventional way. And I feel like you're working hard at it. I feel like you're trying to build it on a very, very firm and stable foundation, whether it's a business, a relationship, your normal job. It doesn't matter. It's something that feels good. It feels like flow state. This is a very flow state type, in general, very flow state type reading. So I feel like you're working on your accumulating your abundance and harvesting your money for winter, a lot of you. And also you're very spiritually and passionately, emotionally loving and open, coming out of that phase. Maybe you came out of like a hermit type phase. So anyways, outcome, 2 of fire, ordinariness. The Chariot in reverse. And the Page of Swords. I feel like you're going to take it easy in a situation where I feel like you're going to learn something about someone or something, and you're not going to want to move forward on it anymore, and you're going to snap back. I feel like there's going to be a point somewhere in November where someone might tempt you with some kind of offer that's very, yeah, it's kind of inauthentic. The Two of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Swords. So listen to your intuition, because I feel like you're going to have 2 offers this month. You're going to have 2 offers, and your intuition is going to tell you exactly what's going on here. There's definitely a big call for balance, because someone's trying to throw you off your balance and put you back into a swords energy. It might be an air sign for a lot of you, but they're going to offer you a Two of Cups that's going to look like this gentle Two of Water, but it's actually a very ruthless, cold energy. I don't care to elaborate on it, to be honest. So let me go ahead and pull an Archangel Gemstone card for you, Virgo. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Donate if you feel so inclined. November guidance for Virgo. Archangel Raphael. I tap into the innate healing abilities within in order to realign my emotional, spiritual, and physical bodies. Nature brings me balance. I enjoy and absorb positive green vibration of plants, herbs, and essential oils. Okay, Virgo. I remain focused even when the world around me is changing. Green calcite. Are you having a change of heart? Did you find that you are having a hard time changing the way you look at love and friendships? The only constant in life is change. Take time to adjust and nurture yourself as change takes place. Honor and accept change. There you go. All right, and then let's get an inner child card for you, Virgo. November reading. The release. Responsibility, innocence, and fear. Some responsibilities are ours to hold, others are not. Do not be fooled in thinking a responsibility is only tangible. Maybe many reside within the mind. Take stock today of your perceived responsibilities. Which ones do you need to let go of? Take stock of all of what you learned while you, I feel like you're just coming out like an eagle. So make sure you're going in the right direction and release anything that isn't actually serving you as what you need to be responsible to. So that you can move forward in this very harmonious, reciprocative energy, move intensely towards that with very intuitive, grounded, stable energy. Okay, thank you so much, Virgo. Hope that helped, and have a nice day.